Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Rants About Tech Live, number 240 for this Friday, January 16th. TGI Friday, you guys. TGI Friday. We made it. We made it to the end of the week. Let's get the applause going. We made it to the end of the week, you guys. We made it. I had a do-rag on earlier. I thought I had the do-rag line. I thought I was going to have to talk about the do-rag. If you wear a do-rag, you know about the do-rag line. Wake up in the morning, your hair's looking good. You know what I mean? Your hair's looking good, but you got that line. I thought I was going to have to explain that. I kind of actually did. This is the show where we talk about eInk news, tech news, and random stuff, as you can just tell. I'm your host, Rod, here in sunny Philadelphia today with a lot of my good friends in the chat. We got a chat crew here. Let's say what up to you guys. We got eInk, we got Rob, we got Aaron in the chat crew today. I appreciate you guys for being here super early. Today we're going to be talking about a few things. There's more tech news than anything else. It's slow for eInk, so we don't have a lot of eInk news. We're going to talk about a new iFlyTech tablet, even though I hate talking about iFlyTech. I hate saying the name iFlyTech, but we're going to talk about it anyway. Let's start out the show with the holidays for today, and today is, you guessed it, National Fig Newton Day. Now, the first time I covered National Fig Newton Day, oh, let's get this up. Oh boy, chat wasn't, there we go. The last time I talked about Fig Newton Day, it was a big thing. And here we are again talking about Fig Newton Day. Now, let's tell the story again. Fig Newtons. What is my deal with Fig Newtons? Now, when I don't like Fig Newtons, okay? I don't like Fig Newtons, but you know what I do like? I like figs. Figs are good. Fig Newtons, not so much. Now, when I was a kid in Louisiana, and your boy grew up, I live in Philadelphia. I'm a Northeast guy, but I grew up in the South, I'm the Southern kid. When I grew up in the South, you could just pick fruit off the ground, off trees. We would go to the railroad tracks and pick blackberries. New iFlyTech tablet, tell us, oh my, you don't want to know more, Aaron. You don't want to know more. We just leave it as iFlyTech, stop, full. But I was a kid growing up in Louisiana. Figs would fall from the fig trees. We had fig trees in Louisiana. Leesville, Louisiana. It's a good time. You know, the funny thing about Louisiana, they don't have counties like every other state. They have parishes. They're holding on with a death grip to parishes. But anyway, I grew up in, what parish? What parish did I grow up in? Vernon Parish, Leesville, Louisiana. We had fig trees. The figs would fall off the trees onto the ground. We would pick them off the ground and eat them. You peel them and you just eat them. We never picked them off the tree. Weird. I don't know why. We would pick other fruit off the tree. Oranges, apples, pears. We picked them off the tree. You know what? That's a funny thing. Growing up in the South as a kid in the 80s, you didn't have to worry about food. Everything grew on trees. You just go get it. You didn't, old man Willie would try to beat us with a stick, getting us out of his yard, picking his pecans. But, what is it, you guys? Is it pecans? Pecan or pecan? I say pecan. It's a pecan to me. Oh my gosh, I remember those trees that eInk. Yeah, fig trees are awesome. But they drop figs all over the ground, and then it makes the streets all nasty and gooey because figs are all... And then you got ants and stuff that like sweet stuff come over there. Figs are great. Fig Newtons, not so much. But anyway, it's National Fig Newton Day once again, and we're celebrating. Hooray to National Fig Newton Day. National Hot and Spicy Day. We might get spicy today. We might get spicy. I can't handle spicy foods anymore like I used to. I'm here to tell you. Post 40, my hot and spicy food days were over. National Nothing Day. I don't know what that means. Let's look that up. National Nothing Day. We're going to find out what National Nothing Day is. National Nothing Day. Let's take a look, chat. National Nothing Day is an unevent purposed in 1972 by columnist Harold Pullman. Coffin? He got two last names. And observed in the United States annually on January 16th. What the hell? National Nothing Day observed annually on January 16th is an unevent purposed in... Unevent purposed? The hell does that even mean? They do absolutely nothing, not even celebrate the holiday? How big of an oxymoron is that? It's a holiday they don't want you to celebrate. Oh, good to go. Good to go. We'll leave that at that. Oh boy, how's it going, chat? Friday, you guys working hard today? I know I've been working hard all week. All week it's been, I just been going all week nonstop. The other day I went so nonstop I got sick the next day. You know how when you go so hard, your immune system takes a hit? That's what happened to me. But let's go on to some of the tech news, you guys. Actually, let's go into the chat first because I don't even know what the chat was doing. What we got in the chat? Grows in the South. Absolutely, she ain't. I still have pecan trees at my house, says Aaron. What? You got a pecan tree at your house? You're so lucky, man. Dr. Ling, how's it going? This holiday reminds me of that toy box where you open it and a hand comes out to close the box. Yeah, I've never seen that, but that sounds crazy. But liking figs but not liking fig Newtons is crazy. I don't know, dude. The figs off trees don't taste like the things that are in fig Newtons. Whatever they're putting in fig Newtons is not a fig. I don't know what that is. It's a twig. It should be called twig Newtons. But I'm telling you, the figs on trees taste nothing like the fig Newtons you buy. There's not even a way to, can you buy figs in the grocery store? I don't even know. I'm just used to picking them off trees. Let's get to the tech news. So Seeing says an event that was purposed, not purposed. Oh, good distinction. Thank you. Very good distinction. All right, so let's go ahead and get to the tech news, you guys. So the first thing we got up here for the tech news is going to be you know what? First, before we get to the tech news, I found out something that they're going to do in Philadelphia. Before we head to the tech news, they're taking the Rocky statue and they're moving it. What the hell happened here? They're taking the rock. Okay, we don't want the story. They're taking the Rocky statue from Philadelphia Art Museum where it's at now. First of all, I'm already upset that they've moved the Rocky statue like 18,000 times since I've been here. Like, why are we moving it everywhere? So they moved it from the side of the steps. They moved it onto the steps. Then they moved it to the top of the steps. Now they want to move it to the top of the art museum. These people have gone crazy. They're defacing the art museum. To hell with Rocky and his statue. I mean, I like a good Rocky statue. We did a live stream at the Rocky statue. If you guys don't know, you go check that out. It's in the discography. It's in my catalog of live streams. Check it out. Anyway, and it's one of the only ones we've done that wasn't in the studio. Matter of fact, it's the only one we did that wasn't in the studio. Only we didn't have internet. Actually, no, we wasn't going to have electricity that day. They were doing some work outside, so I just took the show on the road. But anyway, have you seen the top of the art museum? If you guys haven't seen the top of the art museum in Philadelphia, let's take a look at the top of the art museum in Philadelphia. There's already great artwork at the top of the. There's already great artwork at the top of the art museum. This is just one example right here. I almost cursed. Why the hell would we put a Rocky statue either A, in replace of this stuff that we already have, which would be dumb, or B, in addition to the stuff that we already have, which is equally as dumb because it doesn't even mesh. You got Native Americans here, you got like Romans here, you got like all kind of cultures and like images here that don't evoke a freaking movie. Definitely not boxing. I am so upset at this. I am beside myself. You know what? If they put that Rocky statue on top of the art museum, I'm throwing an egg at it. I said it here. If you see an egg at the art museum, you know who did it. It's going to be egged. This is the bad idea. It's totally bad idea. Okay, moving on to tech news. My bad, you guys. The first story we got on tech news is going to be about TSMC. Now, this is interesting to me for a few reasons. First of all, I don't know if you guys know this, but here in America, we created the microprocessor, semiconductors. We invented that. That's an American invention. Guess how many semiconductors we make here in the US? This many. How the hell we are the inventor of something and we don't make them? Listen, that's why your boys manufacturing his own stuff. We're bringing manufacturing back to America again. I understand that saying again at the end of any sentence evokes emotions in people. So maybe I should change that to I'm bringing manufacturing back to America like it used to be. Making stuff. Like, how the hell? What situation caused us to be like, oh, we invented it, but we're not gonna make it. You guys go. You take it. You take it. You make billions and trillions off of it. We don't care. I'm sure the person who has the patent he's good to go for life and was anyway. But yeah, interesting. So we don't make any, but we invented it. So the semiconductor situation is always interesting to me and where it's being made at. If you didn't know, TSMC is one of the biggest semiconductor makers in the world. It's probably the biggest semiconductor manufacturer in the world, based in Taiwan. And they're building factories now here in the U.S. to build semiconductors here in the U.S. Again. I'm sorry, like we used to do. I am happy about this, and I was excited about it because I'm like, oh, wow. It's good to see us making something that we actually invented. And, we're bringing it. And then I realized, oh, it's TSMC, first of all. And then where are they going to be in Arizona? Phoenix, I think. Phoenix, Arizona. So I started doing some research on Phoenix, Arizona and the plant that they're building. They're building a city inside of a city. That's how big these factories are. I posted a video in Discord of how microchips are made by Veritasium. Very cool. I'll check that out, Dr. Ling. I appreciate that. But yeah, this is very, very interesting story, and we're gonna see that factory here. But let's talk about why and the how they're coming here. So let's take a look at some of the details here. All right, so what do we got here? We got buoyed by another blockbuster earnings report and a new U.S.-Taiwan trade agreement, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, TSMC, is poised to accelerate its multi-billion-dollar expansion in Arizona. The world's largest contract chip maker has already committed $165 billion to the world's largest to the U.S., aligning with Washington's push to rebuild its domestic chip manufacturing. But TSMC executives have signaled that spending will rise even further as the company expands capacity to meet demand for artificial intelligence chips. So yeah, money hand over fist in this microprocessor game. Speaking Thursday with CNBC's Emily Tan, TSMC Chief Financial Officer Wendell Huang said the firm would continue to ramp up its investments in Arizona. The comments came just hours after Chief Executive Officer C.C. Wee said on the company's quarterly earnings call that TSMC had recently purchased additional land in Arizona and planned to build a gigafab cluster in the state. The Arizona expansion coincides with U.S.-Taiwan trade deal signed Thursday that caps U.S. tariffs on Taiwanese goods at 15%, down from 20% without stacking on existing rates. Now, that's a huge thing right here. That's one of the biggest reasons and incentives why they're here building factories here in the U.S. is that they're getting tons of tax breaks. They're getting tons of incentives from the government. And this tariff, this decrease in the tariffs from Taiwan, specifically Taiwan, is just another one of the incentives the company has to build factories here. The Arizona expansion, I think that we already did that. Under the agreement, Taiwanese firms commit $250 billion to direct U.S. investments across semiconductors, AI, and related sectors. So for that decrease in tariffs, they're going to invest money into the United States economy, along with $250 billion in credit guarantees to strengthen supply chains. The deal also grants favorable treatment for chips, supporting efforts to reshore manufacturing in the U.S. It demonstrates that our manufacturing excellence can be repeated in the U.S., says TSMC. Wendell Wang, chief financial officer of TSMC, says that, along with Brian Sullivan, says that the goal in the trade deal is to bring 40% of Taiwan's semiconductor supply chain to the U.S. So 70% of the world's chips, I think, are made by TSMC. 40% of that they're going to be making over here. That's pretty impressive. So anyway, I think it's just good that we have that level of manufacturing coming to the U.S. I thought I mentioned on the live too that in upstate New York, Micron is also building fab factories there as well for microprocessors, and that's going to change the economy of upstate New York entirely, which is exactly what I expected to do in Phoenix, Arizona, as well. Very interesting, very good stuff. But I wanted to see this factory. So let's take a look here. I thought this was very interesting. I don't know why I thought this was very interesting, but I did. So let's take a look here. Ooh, your boy got to put headphones on. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Let me, 1 second, chat. Just so I know where we at here. Bluetooth? We're good to go. Okay. I picked sound. We're good to go. Okay, here we go.
TSMC, I had a dream to build fabs in the United States.
I don't know who that dude is, but I don't understand one word he's saying. I think he's the owner of the company. It's time to pass it down, bro.
And my dream lives.
I remember when TSMC first
if you've never been to Arizona, it's desert, okay? That's what you get.
approached me for this opportunity here in Arizona. And I remember flying here with my wife, actually. We drove to see the site. As we were driving, my wife said, are they going to build a microchip facility in the middle of nowhere? I'm like, apparently so.
Now, I think this is interesting because of the scale.
This is a pioneering event.
Like,
this is
the
brand
scale at which they're building is
what we're
really
building
impressive.
is a city.
It felt like 1,000 football fields under development. It's almost unfathomable.
My cat keeps coming in here, and then she cries about leaving.
From nothing.
You ain't leaving today. You staying.
And within a very short
I think that's cool, too. Now, that right there, you see how they have solar panels covering the parking garage? I think that's how all parking garages should be. You know what I'm saying? There's solar panels everywhere. Also, another thing that you guys might not know is that I think something like 40% of energy in China is solar. They're doing it the right way. They're doing it the right way.
time, we have built
BM.
something amazing.
Good morning, sir.
Having a site like Phoenix is really very important. First and foremost, our customers want us here. Being in the same time zone, in the same geography.
All right, you see that little pond right there? That's a solar panel right there, right on top of the pond. Like, come on, man. You can't. This is why I like a lot of Chinese development, because they use all the technology available to them. Who cares what some old rich dude whose family is rich and will be rich for generations off of fossil fuels? They don't care. They're like, oh, you got rich off fossil fuels? F you. We're using solar. Give a damn about you and your generational wealth. We're doing what's right for the world. Everyone should do that. Everyone should do that.
Helps our customers produce the world's best chips.
My favorite part of the building
Now,
it
this is
the fountain at the entrance.
now this is
See
they
that-
go inside
that
the building,
wafer?
and I'm like, okay, this is how every building should be.
grandiose it is.
Just wait till you see the
remind
inside
me
of this thing.
What's this job it's about?
All right. Those walls are lined with vegetation. Bringing fresh oxygen into an environment. Oh, I love
It's
this.
not just the building, the size
TSMC
of it,
they know how to do things.
but
okay?
also what is inside.
They also have a lot of money to get it done, but they know how to do
We have
things. I'm like, look at that,
3,000
man. Look at that.
engineers, technicians, support folks,
Come on.
people from
Okay, I won't dwell on this. I won't
Now
dwell.
that we're
But just
opening
this
up with
factory
that,
is just.
I'm ready for the world to see kind of all the amazing.
I just
My
love stuff.
level of
Maybe because I'm
excitement
into
for the
manufacturing
first
stuff, I'm
fab,
into this kind of
I would
stuff.
say
But chat, I
from-
love this.
Going on.
Hold on. Wait till you see. Wait till you see how things get around the factory. Hold on. Wait. Hold on.
We're very
Wait till you see how things get around the factory.
Semiconductor chips
Right here.
production ahead of schedule.
And now to have yields that
Those
match
the
the mother
Oh,
fab
you don't
in
see them.
Taiwan.
They're not showing them. Why aren't they showing them?
Mother-
Company
You're asking for your amazing.
Chat.
so many.
Okay,
You spend
you
all
can't
year
see them
asking
here,
for your favorite toy.
but they have like these
Now that we're-
conveyor
the main
belts.
gun room.
Okay, I can't show. They have these conveyor belts. I can't find it. It's too long of a video. But they're whizzing around the ceiling. They're going up and down. Different actual buildings they be zooming to. I'm like, man, this is manufacturing. Okay. I love it. I love this stuff, chat. I don't know why I do. Oh boy. All right, my hair. But I do. I love this stuff. Anyway, I'm super excited about manufacturing for chips coming to the US. I fully support it, okay? You got my full stamp of approval. Do I have a sound effect for this? Do I have a sound effect for my full stamp of approval, chat? All right, I don't, but that's fire. I don't even have a flame sound effect anymore. It's taken all of my sound effects are being moved around. An update moved them. I gotta repurpose them. All right, anyway, moving on to the next story we got here with the tech news. We got Wikipedia turns 25. What do you guys know about Wikipedia turning 25? That makes me feel old because I remember when Wikipedia first started, no one trusted it. No one trusted it. Nobody. People were like, oh, anybody can edit this? And people were going in and re-editing things and putting in wrong information. I think we're at a point with Wikipedia now that everyone kind of trusts what comes out of there for the most part. But anyway, 25 years of Wikipedia. Let's look at some of the details. Wikipedia turned 25 years old today and celebrated with a retroactive of its history, building 65 million articles in 300 languages with the help of almost 250,000 volunteers, including this guy. To open and free encyclopedia of everything that is celebrated by announcing AI partners who use Wikipedia to integrate human governed knowledge into their platforms at scale. Those companies include Amazon, Meta, Microsoft, Mistral AI, and Perplexity. And they join existing partners Google, Escocia, Nomic, Pliace, ProRata, and Reef Media. Damn, like, can't they get better names? Easier to say. 25 years ago, the first words founder, Jimmy Wales, wrote were, of course, the immortal Hello World. And that's why I use Hello World, you guys. I write Hello World as a test for everything because when you learn programming, Hello World is the first thing they have you send as an output to your screen. I want to say Hello World might have been the first thing that was sent over the internet from Harvard as well. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. Of course, the Hello World programmer often write their first application in a new programming language is usually Hello World. So anyway, those were the first words wrote on Wikipedia. Beyond the homepage, one of the first pages on Wikipedia was perhaps fittingly an about page on what exactly Wikipedia is. You can see the edit history still today, dating back to November 6, 2021. The oldest surviving edits dates back to January 15, 2021. It is titled UUU. It was originally intended to be a list of countries whose names start with U. AI, however, has been a relatively new introduction to how we find information. Increasingly, instead of Googling something or checking Wikipedia, we ask ChatGPT or Gemini, which is why Wikipedia is striking deals with major AI companies for enterprise access. At the minimum, the partnership reduces the site burden on Wikipedia and ensures the site remains up for human users as well. Wikipedia is just going to become a scraping grounds for AI, basically. The 25th anniversary celebration highlights that almost 250,000 people who have built and continue to build Wikipedia, sharing stories and volunteer editors from around the world alike. Like Hurricane Hank, who worked on a page during a national disaster, to medical professionals contributing accurate health information. So, big up to Wikipedia reaching 25 years. I never thought it would get this far just based on how it started, but just goes to show you with a committed, healthy community of people like dedicated to getting good information out. Yeah, this is awesome. This is awesome. What do we got next here in the tech news? We got Elon Musk being upset with Anthropic over blocking XAI out of Anthropic's models. Let's talk about it. The public rebuke came after Anthropic cut off XAI's access to Claude through Cursor, a popular AI-powered coding platform that developers use to write software. According to an internal email from XAI founder Tony Wu that was viewed by tech journalist Kylie Robinson, Anthropic is now enforcing its restriction across all major competitors, not just Musk's company. So this is not just targeting XAI, it's targeting anybody who was using the coding platform. What was it called? Cursor. The block stems from Anthropic's terms of service, which explicitly prohibit customers from using its AI models to build competing products or train rival systems. XAI staff have been relying on Claude through Cursor to speed up their development work. So XAI has been using Claude to help them with their AI. So they're using someone else's AI to help them with their AI. This stuff is so meta. But this apparently crossed the line into competitive usage that Anthropic wasn't willing to tolerate. This isn't Anthropic's first move to restrict competitor access, though. The company previously revoked OpenAI's API access in August after discovering the ChatGPT maker was using Claude to develop its upcoming ChatGPT 5 model. Anthropic also limited access to coding platform Windsurf last year after acquisition rumors involved OpenAI surfaced, which that didn't happen. Windsurf was basically broken up by Google, but that's a whole different story. The restrictions come as demand for Claude code has exploded. And we talked about the other day how Claude was the chat model or chat bot that's more enterprise facing, not really consumer mainstream facing. But it is the de facto coding model right now, for sure. It's eating everybody's food for coding. The company cited cases of users consuming tens of thousands of dollars of model usage on basic subscription plans, with others running Claude code continuously in the background around the clock. With Claude currently leading multiple coding benchmarks and outperforming XAI's Grok models and programming tasks, Anthropic seems determined to protect its technical advantage, even if it means burning bridges with one of tech's most prominent figures. Yeah, I don't care. Money rules everything, okay? Cream. Cash rules everything around me, okay? Wu-Tang told us that back in the 90s. Who cares about relationships? Cream, okay? It's all about the cream. Next up, we got smart glasses for OnlyFans. Live streaming. Hooray! OnlyFans live streaming with smart stream glasses. Ah! Okay, why is this big to me, chat? Why is this big to me? Mitch says running late. You're never late, Mitch. You're right on time, brother. And you're right on time for the porn talk. You're definitely right on time. Why is this interesting to me, chat? Chat, you know why this is interesting to me. This is somebody. I found an article where I'm getting ahead of myself. I found an article where somebody validates my claims that I made like 6-7 months ago when we talked about how porn dictates technology, and if the porn industry picks up something, it's probably gonna go. Okay? Because that's how big the porn industry is. And the example I used is the same exact example that's being used in this article. I can't believe it. I'm not going to say I was right, but at least somebody else in the world agrees with me. And they're a tech columnist. Like me. Well, I'm not a columnist. You get what I'm saying. All right, let's get into the story. Okay, so I've said it before, and I'll say it again. The collision of tech and porn is inevitable. I'm reading this. I've said these words. This is like, I love validation, chat. I love validation. Love it. Anyway, moving on. I've said it before, I'll say it again. The collision of tech and porn is inevitable. Just ask the internet or VHS tapes. VHS is the example that I used. I don't know if you guys remember that live stream, but I used the example of VHS versus Betamax and how the only reason VHS won that battle because Beta was way more technically advanced than VHS. It's because the porn industry chose VHS. And because the porn industry chose it, the numbers were astronomical on the sales, so that just made it the default de facto standard. We'll move on. Or the Apple Vision Pro. If there's a will, there's a way to watch porn with it, or in the case of these soon-to-ship smart glasses, live stream porn with it. I can't make this up. Behold the Mentra, I almost called it the Manta, the Mentra live camera glasses, a pair of smart glasses that are being marketed specifically for live streaming. That live streaming capability enabled by onboard cameras can happen in a number of places according to Mentra. Among them are platforms like X, YouTube, Twitch, and OnlyFans. Yes, that's right, OnlyFans. Mentra specifically lists OnlyFans as one of the platforms you may potentially sometimes want to stream to. But as far as I can tell, there's no specific integration with OnlyFans or anything like that. But the smart glasses are open source, which means they're inherently more permissive than other glasses in the space, like those made by Meta, which have a closed app ecosystem. The open sourceness of it all would theoretically make them more suitable for stuff like live streaming on OnlyFans, a platform that, as many of us know, is not exactly welcome on major app stores owned by Google or Apple. And before you get any ideas, the only application is for live streaming OnlyFans, not watching it. That's what the Apple Vision Pros are for. If you're watching it, go get you some Apple Vision Pros. That's what everyone's using it. That's the only real good use for Apple Vision Pros right now. Okay, the only real good use. But speaking of app stores, Mentra says that its smart glasses have their own. They'll ship with access to what the company is calling the Mentra Mini App Store, where you can download apps that let you do stuff like live translation, memory games, calendar integration for reminders, and more. I took a quick peek at the listed apps on the Mentra store, and there's also an option to download an X app, but all of the descriptions tell us about the experience is use X on your smart glasses. Okay, whatever. Back to the porn thing, though. If you are going to live stream porn with these sunglasses, you should know a few things. The max resolution is 1080p. That's good enough for porn. And they have 119-degree field of view. That's also good enough for porn. That's the same resolution as Meta's first-gen Ray-Ban Meta AI glasses, but less impressive than the Ray-Ban Gen 2 AI glasses, which can shoot video at 3K. I don't even care. 1080p or 4K. Screw 3K, okay? Skip it. They're also pretty light at 34 grams as opposed to the Ray-Ban Gen 2 AI glasses, which weigh between 48 and 50 grams. Battery life is apparently 12 hours on a single charge, but that will fluctuate depending on what you're doing. Live streaming porn, for instance, may kneecap that figure a bit. And yes, they're prescription compatible, so you can see your OnlyFans porn and your normal vision. For me, easily the most interesting part of these glasses is that they're open source and come with the App Store. I've tried quite a few pairs of glasses in the past few months, and the biggest complaint I've had with most of them is that the capabilities feel limited for now. Opening up the field to let people expound on capabilities themselves makes a lot of sense in theory, though we'll see if anyone actually bothers to develop apps. At the very least, OnlyFans live streaming is a decent way to spice up marketing. And I'm telling you right now, these things will succeed if for no other reason they will live stream OnlyFans, and they have that in the marketing. We got to go to the chat after that. What do we got in the chat? We have solar in our backyard, and we're adding it slowly but surely to our hangar. Post a pic in the live chat. Oh, thanks. Let's take a look at that. Oh, wow. Yeah, that is impressive, She. That is pretty impressive. It does look cold in Minnesota. But that solar panel array, that solar panel array looks pretty impressive. Where's it at? Oh, can I show it? There we go. Yeah, that solar panel array looks pretty impressive right there. I like that. All right, so yeah, I think they're gonna do well. Porn's always a good seller, okay? No matter what's going on, porn's always a good seller. What do we got next on the chat? Oh, I think that's all of the yeah, that's all of the no. We got one more thing. Gemini, personal intelligence. Let's talk about the Gemini personal intelligence here for a second. I think I might have deleted that story accidentally. Yep. I definitely think I deleted that story accidentally. You know what? Who cares? We won't do the Gemini personal assistant story today. We're almost at an hour anyway. Let's go ahead and get to the eInk news. Okay, so going to the eInk news that we have for the day. Kindle Scribe V3 Fig dropped. Oh, snap. We got a Kindle Scribe Fig color. The Fig is in. Listen. Oh, you know what? I see what they did. I see what they did, chat. Yo, I just thought about it. Chat. Did you see what they did? They released the Kindle Scribe Fig on National Fig Day. Oh my, if they held up this color just to put this out on Fig Day, I'm gonna be so mad. But that's exactly. Today is National Fig Day. They released the Scribe Fig color on National Fig Day. Wow. Oh my God. Yes, eInk Fig is out on Fig Day. That's so incredible. That's so incredible. Okay, all right. Anyway, let's get to the details here. That is hilarious. Amazon is launching a new version of the Kindle Scribe Colorsoft. There is no change in terms of features or specs, as this is just a new color option. The color variant is called Fig and has a touch of color, although the overall appearance remains the same due to its muted tone rather than a bright finish. According to Amazon, the Kindle Scribe Colorsoft with 64 gigabytes of storage will retail for $679 and hit the U.S. market on January 28th. It's unclear if or when the new SKU of this ebook reader will launch in other markets and regions, although that should just be a matter of time. Wait, is it out today or isn't it? Okay, you know what? Let's go look. Let's go look. Is it out today or isn't it? Oh, it's not out. Okay, my bad, chat. They announced what day they're going to launch it on Fig Day. So today is Fig Day. The Fig color launch day was announced today, even though it's not coming out today. They should have launched it on Fig Day. What the hell were they thinking? This is perfect. They missed a golden opportunity. All right, let's go back to the story. In any case, the Amazon Kindle Scribe Colorsoft is a full-featured e-reader that also includes some advanced features. For instance, users can take notes with corresponding stylus, while an AI-powered search and chatbot is available as well. As a result, handwritten notes are easily searchable and documents can be imported from Google Drive and Microsoft OneDrive. The latter can also be used to export notes to Microsoft OneNote. Last but not least, the e-reader sports. It's not just an e-reader, it's a tablet. It's an eInk tablet. Sports 11-inch color display that supposedly delivers high contrast ratios and paper-like feel. It supposedly, all right, just if you don't know and you're watching my live stream for the first time, if you haven't been here and heard me rant about the Scribe Colorsoft screen, it is the best image quality that any eInk screen has produced that I've ever seen. So much so that it's leaps and bounds beyond its nearest competitor. Does that mean it's the best screen? No. Does that mean it's the, the best eInk experience? No. It just means it produces the best images. That's all. Got down, sat on a beach. I have some very dirty word for that. Yeah. But I think this is interesting. So so they've announced the day for this. It says coming soon, but I don't think that's. What do we got here? It still just says coming soon. All right, what does this article say? Yeah, they don't. Oh, January 28th. Okay, so it's coming out January 28th. So we will see the Fig color on January 28th. They announced the color on Fig Day. Great. Okay, awesome. What else we got here? IGZO Backplanes. We were talking about IGZO Backplanes in the Discord this week, and one of the things I want to mention is that IGZO, the new oxide backplanes, are in most new eInk devices. I haven't come across one that's new, that's come out in 2025, or that came out in 2025, that didn't. As far as eInk tablets, not the e-readers, that they're shipping with all kinds of conflicting technologies. But as far as Amazon goes, all of their 2025 and beyond e-readers and tablets are all IGZO. As far as I know, I don't know this for sure. I think Mitch mentioned this in the Discord as well, that he believes, and I believe as well, that the Paper Pro devices from Remarkable have the IGZO backplanes as well. I know that all of the Note Air devices from Onyx, after the Note Air 4C, have the oxide backplane as well, have the new oxide backplanes as well. So if you're looking for devices that have them, I think all of the newer devices, have those at this point. Because that was a switch over for the eInk Corporation. They started switching over from the old backplane technology to the new backplane technology, unless a company's buying some of eInk's backstock, which would make sense for some of the lesser known companies. All right, let's talk about some Reddit stuff on eInk Reddit stuff, actually. Before we go, we got a few minutes here. Let's Reddit our way out of this. All right, Supernote Manta, good to go. So if someone's looking to buy a Supernote Manta right now, and they're like, any problems? No, the Supernote Manta is excellent. As a matter of fact, like the devices I'm using mostly right now, I'm using the Manta more than the Nomad these days now, because the Remarkable the Remove has taken over some of the duties of my Nomad, which stays over there on my desk over there. It's a great little note taker. The Remove is a great little note taker for sure. But I'm using the Manta right now more than anything, and the Note Air 4C more than any other tab that I have. And I have quite a few here at my disposal to use. But those are the ones I'm using mostly right now, is the Manta and the Note Air 5C. I'm doing a lot of revisions, technical sketches. If you're doing technical sketches and you don't have an eInk device, shame. Shame on you, okay? That's the way to go. That's the way to go. You are not using the Manta, LOL. I am using the Manta, Aaron. It's literally in my lab. I have a lab now. I have the studio, and now I have the lab. You know what? Do I have... Chat, if this iPhone comes on, we're going over to the lab. I doubt that it comes on, though. I doubt that it's going to come on. Oh, it is. Oh, it's not. I hope it is. Let's check it out again, chat. I think it is. Nope. Oh, yeah, it is. All right. So, matter of fact, I'm going to prove that I use to Aaron. This is going to prove. This is the view of the studio, you guys. This is the studio view, and it is a sunny day in Philadelphia. That's the camera you're seeing me on right there. That's it. All right, let's go. Let's go over to real quick. Oh boy. Real quick, chat. Let's go over to. I don't know if sound is happening or anything. All right, so but Aaron, don't my Aaron. Is right here. See, I'm using these more than anything. And I'm doing lots of 3D printing. Do I have a print on here? No print. I'm going right back to printing. Today, this morning, Aaron, I don't use my Manta. Listen, I use my Manta, Aaron. Let me close the studio door. I'm locking all. If you in here and you a cat, you're staying here, okay? All right. Could you guys even hear me? Was there audio with that excursion I just did? You guys let me know. Did you find a good template for your tech drawings, or do you use blank page? You really should do a video on how to do that. Yeah, you know what? I will. Was there, Aaron, LOL. Was there audio with that? Okay, you can hear me, no doubt. Good. All right, so it is choppy video and sound once you got into the lab, but we got the point, no doubt. Probably because I moved too far away from the laptop, but I'm glad you guys got the point there. Through any event, that is a good idea. My Maker channel is getting situated right now. I'm gonna have so much content. I've recorded like 6-7 videos already for that channel that I need to just get the channel finalized and put up. I'm expecting all of you guys to go over there and subscribe to the channel when it launches, because it's not something you guys wouldn't be interested in. It's you'll get to see how I'm making the nibs. You'll get to see a lot about the machines that I've been buying. That's not really mainstream tech worthy, but they are very interesting for people who are in the maker creator space. I need to learn how to do tech drawings. Yeah, I'll go through that. See, I used to be a drafter. I used to be someone who drafted blueprints for architects. That's what I went to school for. I don't know if I told you guys that. We'll get into that backstory some other time. So I have a little bit of a background in, not a little bit, a lot of background in mechanical drafting. But I will go over that because the most complete tool sets that I've ever found on any tablet or on eInk tablets. Oddly enough, it's so weird, but that is the case. That is definitely the case. All right, I think we're gonna cut it there. It's been about an hour. It's been about an hour chat. We're gonna get to some Reddit stuff next week. We didn't get to any Reddit this week, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna get to that Reddit stuff. How many people we got? Okay. If you're new to the chat, go ahead and like the show. If you liked, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. We appreciate you. We definitely appreciate you guys. Rants About Tech Live. This is a show where we talk about tech news, eInk news, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. till kind of whatever. Usually it's an hour-long show. We talk about random stuff as well. You never know what you're going to get when you come here, okay? Life is like a box of chocolates, and so is the Rants About Tech live stream, all right? just give it up to that. But we're going to be back here on Monday talking about... actually, I didn't have the nibs to show this week because, as you can see, I'm still in there printing. And I had to change the model a few times because the new design had problems. It's been problems with the new design. But the new design is... You know what? Before we go, I wanted to show this right here. You know, let's stop this. Stop the outro music. We need to... So I can stop stuff. But moving on, I wanted to show this before we go. Oh, can we do that? Perfect. Okay. So, just to show my nibs compared to the other nibs that I found and talk about and that I use actually personally. Just before we go, a little nib talk. We got anybody here still? Oh, we got a couple people here. This first nib right here is the nib that comes inside the nib that comes inside the Norris Digital Jumbo. So this is the Norris nib. This is also the nib that comes with that's also the nib that comes with the Kaweco. Okay. This is also the nib that comes with the Kaweco. Now, this nib that's beside it right here, that's my nib. That's the one that I make and design. That it's not the hollow one. It's not ceramic. So the ceramic is still coming. But I'm going to start making these with different materials to sell on the site and different colors to sell on the site as well. Just to give you a heads up of what's coming. But this is my design nib right here that goes inside the Norris and the Kaweco. So this will be a replacement for Norris nibs and Kaweco nibs. This nib is trash. The one that comes in the Norris and one that comes in the Kaweco, straight trash. And I'm not saying that because I'm making one to sell. I'm saying that because it actually is trash. It's got a rubber tip that's not good for any any device, okay? Certainly not eInk devices with writing films that we use, all right? Rubber tips are just dumb for devices like what we're using. I wish they would stop selling this. They might as well just have made an all plastic one because that would have been way better than the rubber. This one right here, this is a unique plastic nib right here. And this is my version for the Norris. So this will go into the Norris and the Kaweco. And it's like, it feels like felt. It has a felt type of feel to it. It doesn't feel slippery or plastic. It has a lot of drag to it. Not like this right here, the palm that you see, the shiny one. That's palm, and it's really slick and really slippery. But that's normally what I would use over felt, which is this one right beside this the glossy palm. The felt is to the left of that. And the felt is what I would normally use, but it wears down really quickly. It flattens out on the edge. The nib I have right here, it's consumable, so it's going to wear down over time, but not as fast as this felt. And it's not as slippery as the palm. It's got drag like felt, but it doesn't wear down as fast as felt. And the design to me is way better, way more secure. You have way more wall. See the wall right here is very minimal before it starts the arrowhead. I have a really long wall there that would fit into the cavity of the pen, really snug and tight, and more contact with the wall. So more surface contact means more security. So there's lots of reasons why this design is better than all these designs here you see. But I just wanted to compare mine. So the next one beside my Norris one is the one for standard EMR. That will replace this felt one that's beside it and the palm one that's beside it. It has a finer point, so a little more precision, and it has that long elongated wall, so you get more security, and it's solid, it stays in place more. You get less bend from these. Super sturdy too. After the palm one we have here, after the glossy palm, we have the typical nib that comes in the Lammies. Like this is the Lammy nib right here. Again, the nib that I made is going to be a lot more secure because of the more wall, more contact with the cavity inside of the stylus. It just makes it more secure, okay? Just more points of contact, more surface area contact is just more security. What is the Remarkable 2 nib made of? The Remarkable 2 nibs are felt. I want a video of all rod streaming gear and setup. No, it's not going to be a good one. Wow, good image. You need a whole video on this too. Absolutely. Oh, have a good weekend, Rob. Oh, I'm out of here. Oh, and then the last two I have here in this picture, like I said, is the Lammies. They're two Lammy nibs. One is actually not the last two. We got a lot here. One is what do we got? One is the crystal nib inserted into the Lammy. I took the rubber out of the Lammy one. The Lammy, again, I don't know why they put rubber. I guess for glass screens, but for EMR eInk devices, like none of them have glass screens with the exception of the tab devices that I know of from Onyx. So the rubber doesn't work really good on the devices that we're using. But plastic felt works really good. Crystal nib version 1 right here with the black Lammy sleeve, and crystal nib version 1 with my own sleeve, and then we got the Viwoods nib at the end here. Out of all of these, no joke, I think my design is just way more functional. Way more functional, and I can do it with way more materials than what most people offer. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So, all right, that'll be it, everybody. I don't know why I wanted to come back and show that, but I wanted to show that to you guys before the weekend, just to give you a heads up to what I'm doing and some of the things that I'm designing here. But I'll do a video on all of this stuff. So we got videos on the Maker channel, not on the Tech channel, but on the Maker channel when I get that out. And I'm just finalizing things for that Maker channel. It should be good. I keep saying it'll be good in another week or two, but hopefully in another week or two. Okay. All right, chat. That's going to be it. That is going to be it. All right, let's get the outro music going. All right, chat, that's going to be it. Rants About Tech Live, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to kind of whenever. Thanks to the chat crew. eInk. We got Mitch. We got Aaron. We got Rob. We got Dr. Ling. We got BM in the house today. I think I mentioned Aaron. Yeah. I think that's it. I appreciate all you guys. And I hope to see you guys all next week. Have a great weekend, and until then, you guys, take care.